Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for March. I hope you guys are all well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio, so guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Bear in mind that the energies may reverse. So if it is resonating, Scorpio, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you're starting out with the 8 of Pentacles. You have the 6 of Swords, and you have the 9 of Cups. So you're on the move here, it looks like. I feel like you're giving a lot of effort to move away from something that has been a little bit chaotic, and you're headed towards something that's going to be a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more happy. And I do feel like you're going to get it because you have this card of wish fulfillment here at the end of the week. So it's taken a lot of effort to move out of whatever this is. However, I feel like you're very successful with it. So, you know, a lot of you are also putting in a lot of time at work. You're examining your finances. But again, wish fulfillment is coming in for you. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Scorpio's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the High Priestess in the reverse, the 10 of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Swords. You could be dealing with another Scorpio or possibly a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be, though. It could just be somebody that has that heavily in their chart. But this person that's in your energy, what you're looking at, what you're examining is something here that was revealed about this person or that they revealed to you. I do feel like this is somebody who wants to resolve any issues or problems between the two of you. So you're kind of mirroring this person a little bit with regard to that, which is positive. Queen of Swords does tell me that this person has put up some boundaries though, but they do want to communicate and talk to you in order to resolve any issues that are between the two of you. So let's see the energy between Scorpio and this person. 7 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so neither of you are right now investing in the connection. You're both kind of pulled back, a little bit of waiting to see what the other person is going to do. Let me see what's affecting this connection. I feel like you've got your eye on this person, and I feel like you're really looking at them. You're really examining what's going on with them, and they're feeling rather exposed. All right, Page of Swords in the reverse. This does indicate that you don't really neither of you know what the other person's up to. So what I'm getting here, Scorpio, is this energy of a standoff, basically. You're watching them, you're trying to see, okay, well, what are they going to do here? They're feeling overly exposed, but neither of you really know. So this does also indicate to me that there could be a lack of communication right now as well. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Scorpio. Show me the outcome for Scorpio. All right, that's positive. 9 of Swords in the reverse. So all this anxiety about what's happening, what's going to go on, I feel like it's coming to an end. You know, whatever has been worrying you, keeping you up at night, it's ending. That's coming to an end, and likely because this person may reach out to you. They may be a little guarded though, but their hope is that communication is going to create change. Now, the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and this indicates that there was an ending here in a love connection, but it also could indicate that there is a hope for this to become renewed. So let's look at clarifying. Spirit, one is the 8 of Pentacles here for Scorpio. I feel like something happened and you were shining a light on something that this person was keeping secret. And now that's why they're feeling exposed. 6 of Swords in the reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, in your current energy, you haven't quite moved on yet. but you're going to. Now, you're either moving towards a more peaceful place with this person or on your own, but you've been feeling a little bit stuck as you examine all of this, as you watch to see what they're going to do. Your mind is very much consumed with the ending of this connection, and this is why you've had all this anxiety. But I feel like you're at this crossroads right now where you're deciding, look, I got to move on from this. I can't stay stuck in this energy forever. Why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here for Scorpio? Knight of Swords reversed and the Queen of Wands. Ooh, well, that's nice. You've got a little bit of a come up here. You're looking good. You're smelling good. You are in an energy that people genuinely are enjoying being around you. It's like you're attracting other people. I don't feel like you're really interested in others at this time, but you're, like I said, you're trying to decide, should I wait around for this person to finally reach out? Because I see that you're not going to. I see that you have this energy of, you know, you feel like this person may have even lied to you for some of you, but there's this energy of, yeah, I'm not reaching out to them. You know, whatever it is that was exposed here is likely what ended this connection. And so you don't really know what's going on with this person. You don't know if there's going to be a positive change or not. And so I do feel like, you know, you have this energy that people are being drawn to you. They want to be in your presence. Some of you could be like some sort of manager or maybe have a side hustle going on. It could be something new that you feel like is going to be very productive for you, and you're working hard at that, but you're working in silence, which is always good because when you're building something, you want to work in silence. All right, so let's see this Nine of Cups. Show me the Nine of Cups for Scorpio. Ooh, Six of Wands. So whatever it is going to be successful. You got success coming in. All right, Six of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. So out of all this stuck energy, you're going to get a wish fulfillment. You are. And it's going to bring you out of all of this anxiety. So I would look for some positive changes to occur this week. Yeah, it's just taking a little bit of time to move away from all this chaos. And it's taking a little time for things to move in that positive direction. But they definitely are. So let's look at this person's energy. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? For the person in Scorpio's energy. Some of you found something to do with written correspondence that exposed something. Ace of Wands reversed, the King of Swords, and the Magician. So this person is manifesting for you to come towards them. And I don't see you doing that at this time. They're manifesting you to communicate. This is somebody who I do feel is kind of a strong and silent type. So they may perceive that if they reach out to you after this connection is ended, because I'm getting definitely there's an ending here, they may perceive that to be, you know, that they feel weak in some form. Now, I don't think that's true, and I don't think you do either. But that's it looks like that might be the perception. What was exposed? This person may have had a one-night stand or an affair elsewhere. There's something sexual here that got exposed for a lot of you. It doesn't have to be, but whatever was exposed, this person's feeling that exposure. They're now wanting to come towards you and you know, tell the truth about it, be open about it. But ultimately, they would rather you come to them. And I don't see you doing that. Let me see why the Ten of Wands is in reverse. Yeah, this person is trying to balance out their thoughts with regard to this connection. Show me the Ten of Wands. Four of Cups reversed. And the Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this person introduced possibly a third party or another individual in this. Now, here's my concern is that this person treated you rather disrespectfully. I would have rather see this Page of Wands in the reverse because it tells me that if they did introduce somebody else into this connection, I do feel that, you know, they could still be there. Now, that's not everybody's story. But regardless, I feel like this person was looking at either a third party or something here from the past. And they weren't being respectful. They weren't acknowledging what was being brought in, what you were bringing to the table, basically. And I do feel like this is somebody who, you know, could at this time appear to be ignoring you, but the truth is they really do want to talk to you. And why? Well, they want to get things started up with you again. But they don't know if you're open to that. They could also be trying to figure out if you're seeing someone else. Why is the Queen of Swords here for the person in Scorpio's energy? The Sun and the Ten of Swords reversed. So again, I do feel they're going to reach out to you. I feel like they're going to feel that they don't have any choice. They're finally coming to a realization that if they don't do the reaching out, it's not going to get done, because you've ground in your heels, it looks like. So they will be reaching out to try to repair the damage that has been done. There was some sort of betrayal here. It was a very painful ending between the two of you. So I can understand why you are not, you know, like coming in and trying to work things out with them. And so I do feel like they are seeing you as being their happiness. They're seeing you as being their other half, their person, possibly a soulmate. This person wants to come in, and they're going to. It's just taken them a while because they're hoping that you will do the work. So let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. Why is this Seven of Pentacles in reverse? All right, Three of Swords. Again, verifying third-party energy for some of you, and the Four of Swords. So this situation escalated. Whenever it got exposed, whatever got exposed from, you know, with this person, it was very painful. I don't think they thought it was going to be exposed. I really, really don't. So they may have even tried to play the victim. They could have claimed, oh, well, that's not true. It wasn't truthful, which is why you feel that they might be non-truthful. You're in this energy where you're trying to heal after this ending, and you're not planning to come towards them. You're kind of waiting to see what they're going to do. But I don't even see you going in and looking at their social media, or you're just kind of burying yourself in work, maybe a project of some sort that's going to be very successful, by the way. But I feel like you're maintaining silence with this person. And that bothers them. That maybe in the past you would come to them, but I don't see you doing that now. So let me see the Page of Swords in the reverse. King of Wands reversed. Page of Swords reversed, yeah. So you may even be thinking this person is a karmic. I will tell you this, you're not on the same page. I do feel this was a very passionate connection. However, you're not taking any action towards them. They don't know why. So they're over here ignoring you, trying to manifest you to come forward. And now they're beginning to, and they're kind of ground in their heels too. But I do see that by the end of the week, this person is basically coming to the conclusion that if they don't do the reaching out, it's not going to happen. So, and I feel like you just feel like after everything that was exposed, it was chaotic. You don't feel like they're telling the truth. And so you've made up the determination that you need to move forward either with or without them. But you're not, I don't see you moving forward with them if they can't come towards you and make things right, make amends. So, and they don't really know what's going on with you. They are appearing to ignore you. They could be, for a few of you, they could be focusing their attention on this other person. However, that energy of that other person is beneath you. You're in the Queen of Wands energy. This other person is in the Page of Wands energy. So this person could be very immature. This person could be somebody who, you know, is quite a bit younger, but they just don't match up to your energy. And this person knows that. They know it. So while you're putting a lot of your energy into work and possibly some other endeavor that you're working on, they're trying to hide their pain, hide their feelings, you know, in something else. So let me see, and they don't know if you're going to come towards them, so they're trying to hold out is what it amounts to. It's very immature behavior, though. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Scorpio and this person. Show me the outcome between Scorpio and this person. All right, so we have the Chariot, we have Judgment reverse, and we have the Seven of Wands reverse. So this is them basically taking a step back and basically coming towards you saying, look, you know I was wrong. I would like to, repair the damage that's been done. And I do feel that they are seeing you as happiness. Whatever they've been involved in, it just doesn't match the energy that you were bringing to the table. And I feel like they are feeling your energy withdrawing from them. And you definitely are. In fact, you're picking up speed as you go. So what I'm seeing in your energy is that you're not going to accept a reconciliation with this person, at least not right away. Now, I do see you moving out of the stuck energy. You're going to successfully, move forward. So it's going to depend upon you whether or not you want to move forward with this person or alone. But I feel like most of you are moving towards your wish fulfillment, and it's not with this person. Now, of course, never give up your free will to anybody. Like, if you feel like this is your person, you definitely will have an opportunity to address that, and you could move forward with them. However, just be aware that this person, I don't even see them coming in with an apology. I just see them coming in. They're going to be very guarded. They want to repair the damage. They want to resolve the conflict. But even if you do, agree to do that, which I don't think most of you are, but if you do, you're not going to jump into it, rapidly. There will be forward movement with this, but you have a wish fulfillment coming. So whatever it is that you're really looking for, what you want, it is going to happen, and it's going to be successful, whether it's with this person or without. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Coins in the reverse, and that indicates that this was likely a solid foundation that was disrupted because of whatever secret was exposed on this person. It also indicates that some of you feel that this person basically broke a contract with you. Now, it could have been a physical contract, a soul contract, I don't know, maybe just a social, emotional contract. But there's a sense here that whatever they did was so egregious to you. And then the fact that they weren't coming back in to make it right, they were basically sitting back and waiting for you to fix a problem that you never created. I don't think that's sitting well with you. So let me pull a oracle card, pulling for Scorpio. Let's see if we can get you some further advice. Now, what I will say about this particular deck is it is leaned not as much about, personal advice for the, well, let me reword that. It's geared more towards personal for you, but not as much for the relationship. But you obviously know that when you heal your energy, that's when your wish fulfillment comes through. And it says, give love. Okay, so let's look at that. Give me one moment. It takes me a little longer to find the messages in this particular deck. And the reason for that is because it's not numbered, which I find irritating. But, all right, it says, it is a wonderful thing to be loved. We all want to feel love in our life, that feeling of warmth and comfort that comes from the knowledge that someone out there is sending love in our direction. But don't forget that love is a street that goes in two directions. As much as you need and want to be loved, others need and want it too. Love is remarkable. The more you give, the more you have to give. If you allow your heart to be filled with love for others, whether that love is romantic or familial, the affection between friends, or the love that you feel for a beloved animal companion, or even the love for God, that sense of warmth and joy will overflow like a river. You can give love to those you don't even know. Send unconditional love out to the homeless man you passed on the street or the woman who smiles at you in the store. You don't have to say or do anything necessarily. Just open your heart and send love out. Of course, if you're giving love to those you know, you can say it out loud, write it on a card, or just express it with a hug or a kind word. Sometimes you will get love back and sometimes you won't, but that doesn't mean it isn't worth doing. This card is telling you to open your heart. Maybe someone has been offering you love, but you haven't taken the time and energy to make sure that they know you love them too. It's easy to take friends, family, and significant others for granted when your life is hectic, thinking, oh, they know I love them, or I'll do something special later when I have more time. Perhaps you've been a little self-involved, and the gods are gently suggesting that it's time to focus your energies outward instead of inward. It could be that there is someone close to you who is crying out for love, but you just haven't noticed. Look around you. Are you giving enough love to those who are important to you? Life is short, and we never know what lies right around the corner. Don't wait until tomorrow to give the love you feel today. All right. I hope this has been helpful for you, Scorpio. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, know that you are loved, and namaste.